Okay, peeps, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over our monthly dividend income and buy, sells, and dividends. So with that being said, let's get it. All right. So the first thing we're going to go over is the crypto portfolio. So as you guys know, we do not have LTCN and BCHG anymore. We did sell LTCN today as of this recording, but I mean, it just simply is what it is. You know, the sell signal we got on Bitcoin told us that maybe it's time to just take a seat and kind of wait for a little bit and wait to see how the markets react. But we're not actually going to include LTC in any of these measures because, again, that was on May 1st. This is going to be for the entire month of April. So LTC and BCHG gone, but we do still have ETCG, a little bit of HSAN, and also a little bit of Mana. Now, in terms of what we have collected in profits just for the month of April, the total on that is $4,580.21. As you guys can see here, this is the exact number that we had invested as in our cost basis. So this is actually the true profit amount here. So we sold for roughly about a 3.5x, which in my opinion is still a good return. I mean, it's not like a crazy 20, 30, 50, 100x, but again, you know, this crypto bull market is probably not over. So we'll just wait for another dip buying opportunity. And we'll go over the LTCN one in the weeklies, but that is for this. And then, of course, we also got $15.97 from the high interest paying savings account that Fidelity has. Because as you guys know, when the Fed funds rates are at all-time highs, that generally means that the savings rates, high yield savings are generally going to pay pretty much equal to whatever the Fed funds rate is. So crypto portfolio pretty much got smashed. As of recently, as you guys can see, we're down quite a bit actually since the Bitcoin peak, but you know, is what it is. We don't think the cycle's over, so there could be a correction, but we don't think that the actual cycle is over yet. In terms of the buys that we haven't bought anything. As you guys can see here, all of our positions are still the same. We've been more so focusing on the Bitcoin miners and also trying to get our options portfolio rolling while we were sitting back waiting to see what the overall crypto market was going to do. So let's get into M1 Finance. We'll first go over the trading here. As you guys can see, we haven't done much of trading in this particular month in the M1 Finance because our focus has been on crypto. But we have a couple of buys and sells here. So basically these are sells, taking profit on these positions and then repositioning back into another dividend paying stock. For those of you guys that had been subscribed for a long time, you know how this goes. So again, we bought back the next day, and that was pretty much the end of that for this portfolio. So now we'll go over to dividends. So I got to backtrack a little bit here because there's a lot this month. Okay, so we'll start here. We got 4 cents from PFLT, 2 cents from Walmart, $6.15 from GOOD, $18.98 from PDI, $15.54 from Triple QI, $1.93 from TLTW, 15 cents from Beto, $8.90 from OARC, $187.96 from TSLY, $18.43 from NVDY, 82 cents from Appley, 1 cent from Philip Morris, $5.77 from Leggett & Platt. I don't know what happened with Leggett & Platt today, but the stock just absolutely plummeted, which is weird because this is a dividend king, meaning that it's been paying dividends out consistently, increasing it for over 50 years. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but for some reason the stock just absolutely tanked. I'm not going to get into that here. You guys can look into that on your own time if you're curious. So Horizon, 45 cents plus 21 cents. 1 cent from PSEC, $7.62 from RA, $16.43 from EFC, $3.88 from USOI, $20.45 from GSBD, $16.10 from TWO, $18.86 from RIV, 41 cents from CRF, $1.09 from CLM, $3.12 from BSTZ, $20.13 from ACP, $8.67 from RYLD, $6.09 from QYLD, 48 cents from SFAL, $14.39 from OPP, and again $6.15 from GOOD. So that total is going to come out to $409.34. Now we'll go ahead and get into the Robinhood portfolio. So we'll just go over these one by one. Okay, so ORC paid us $22.03, as you guys can see here. And then we're going down to Clip. So Clip, $79.42 on that one. We'll show you guys what the distribution was in a minute when we get to the Webull platform. So here is Aptly. Aptly is down a little bit, which sucks, but as you guys know, Apple has unfortunately had one of those rare corrections that it has, but it does have them from time to time. So $5.30 from Aptly on the 8th. As you guys can see there, we did also buy a little bit. And just so y'all know, today is Tuesday, so Apple's actually going to have their earnings, if I'm not mistaken, in 2 days. So if they come up with good earnings, we could see a pretty strong pop on Aptly and overall the Apple stock. If you guys are Apple shareholders, then you would know that likely if there's good earnings, this thing's going to blast off to the moon. So $231.29 on Coney, as you guys can see here. We also have taken profits on Coney. We do a double dipping strategy, which is basically we take profits and also collect dividends. When it makes sense to do so, we have particular strategies for that. If you don't know what that is, you can go onto our channel and look for it. It's known as the dividend capture strategy. So, and how we take profits and reposition and all that. So this is the GUI one, $5.89. You know, I'm almost starting to think maybe we should kind of scale down and concentrate a little bit more into a few different, just a few, like not a handful of positions, but not as many as we have now because it's a lot to track. But, you know, we want to stay diversified because we just don't know what the effects of inflation and the Fed and all that are going to be yet. So AMZY here, $8.02. So we got triple QY. There was some weird thing today that happened where the NASDAQ was down, but the rest of the indices were up, which is strange. I almost wonder if that has to do with tech, but I'm honestly not sure. So $40.63 here from triple QY. Let's see. We'll keep on going down. So JEPY, $28.25. So IWMY, this thing had like an absolutely ridiculous payout. This last this last payout that it had, it was something crazy like $1.40 or something like that. I could not believe my eyes when I saw that. Okay, so $14.73 on this one. So going down a little bit further, we did actually add some more shares of MRNY this morning. It's been a while since we bought it, and it turns out that it actually wasn't a bad time to buy because, again, it was kind of like down in this area at the 20s, 20-ish, and kind of down here below 20, and we thought maybe might not be a bad time to buy, so not a bad call in the immediate short term. As you guys can see right here, $70, bought at $20.92. It's now up to $21.04, so not a big difference, but it was I'm pretty sure it was more than that before the FOMC concluded. So $12.53 in dividends on that one. Just keep going down the list here. So TSLP, we did add more of that when we saw that major potential bounce zone that we thought Wall Street was going to buy. We started getting in on some Tesla and TSLP there. So $4.66 on TSLP. And I mean, again, it's not a lot, but I mean, when it comes to dividend investing, guys, it's a journey, it's not a destination. So, it's one step at a time, so to speak. Okay, so FEPI had a nice recovery, which is great because we definitely want to see these more stable ETFs maintain their price structure. So, again, if we go down here, you guys can see 22.43 on the dividends. Okay, so going down a little bit more. So here we got some squee. So SQY, I believe we did also. Yes, we bought this one this morning as well. Unfortunately, it did dip a little bit more, but not a big deal. So $10.12 on this one. And those of you guys that are wondering why squee and MRNY specifically, it's because we don't have a lot of shares on those, and also the price did actually drop during that time frame. And as you guys know, the ex-dividend date is coming up on the, if I'm not mistaken, this Friday. So there's only a couple more days to get these single stock ETFs before the ex-date. So YMAX, $42.24, as you guys can see right there. So let's go a little bit further down now. So we got NVIDIA. NVIDIA was a huge payout. This was $57.48. That's pretty good. MSTY was even more crazy, but of course, we had our I'm not going to say cycle peak, but potentially a mid-cycle peak for Bitcoin. And as a result, unfortunately, MSTY has gotten kind of smashed, but we don't really have a whole lot of money into this, so not too worried about it. It's just another good dip buying opportunity, if you ask me. And you guys got to remember about MSTR, MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is not just a Bitcoin play. Okay, they're also a software company, so it's kind of like a dually valued company. I mean, a portion of it's Bitcoin, sure, but a portion of it is also the fact that they are a software company and they existed and they were on the markets long before they ever got into Bitcoin. So do keep that in mind. But anyways, 91.53 on the dividends on that. So keep on going down the list here. So let's see, MSTY, TSLY, we did add some more to this month as well. Just recently, actually. So you guys can see that right here. But 1710 on TSLY. And then we have one more. So this last one here is QDTE. And of course, we only currently have one share. We're kind of trying to focus on other things at the moment and also waiting for them to give us an option to buy in dollar amounts, not just in shares. But I'm pretty sure the market cap for the fund has to go up for that. So 33 cents on that, as you guys can see there. So that entire total for the Robinhood portfolio comes out to $694.34. Now let's go over to Webull. So you guys can see the dollar amounts here. So $39.96 on OARC, $5.37 on Apply, $97 flat on Clip. And we'll go over that distribution amount right now on Clip. As you guys can see, here's the price. We still have our positions. They're exactly the same. We haven't bought or sold. So 52, basically 0.527 cents. So we'll just round it up and say 53 cents total. So that total dollar amount comes out to $142.33. So all three of these combined, plus the high yield savings interest. So the first four on the left here is the total true passive income. Actually did not manage to add that up. So let me go ahead and do that. So 409, $34 and $142.33 and $15.97 So the total true passive income that was made this month was actually $1,261.98. This does not include profits or options. Okay, this is just dividends and savings interest. That's it. So, in terms of what we bought, like actual shares off the market this month, pretty much what we're looking at here is we bought some shares of Appley. I don't believe we bought any shares of Coney, although we did sell for a profit, and we bought back in. So we did buy some shares of GUI. We also bought some HUT 8, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we bought some HUT 8 because, of course, we have options on that. But we also bought like another 10 shares recently. Bought a lot of shares of BTBT. We bought like 600 or 700 shares this month. Again, we're pretty bullish on this one because, again, the smaller the market cap, the bigger the move, but also the bigger the risk. So if you want to make the big money, ideally, it's better to go for something with a smaller market cap than a bigger one. That's, of course, just my opinion, but that's been the way that things have played out based on experience. So we bought some MRNY, we bought some TSLP. I believe we did buy a little bit of FEPI. We bought some SQUI. We did buy YMAX. Yes, we did buy YMAX. We bought some TSLY. Bought some more Riot. Haven't really, I could be mistaken, but I don't think we've bought any Clean Spark this month. Trying to see here. So we bought one contract of Clean Spark back, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So yeah, it doesn't look like we bought any more Clean Spark straight off the market at this point. And then, of course, the one share of DJT, and then the one share of QDTE. I'm not sure if we actually bought that this month, but we did buy 300 shares of SoFi, and we are potentially expecting to put some shares as well. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one. So now let's get into the options premiums. Okay, so I'm going to run through these real fast. So we have HUT 8, 4.4 was the entry, 4.12 was the close, if I'm not mistaken, 4.12 was the strike price, so $37 on one contract. Riot, again, this is a cash secured put on 4.4. The strike date, the expiry date on this one was on 4.12, so that's $48 in premium. Again, one contract, CSLK. This was entry date was 4.5, covered call. The close date was 4.26, so we actually ended up rolling it out times 3 contracts. So it was 42 times 3 is 126, but it costs us $60 to close it early. So yeah, because of the fact that it costs us $60 to close it early, we only made $66 in profit, so roughly about half the premium we had to give back. So 4.8 on HUT 8, it was a covered call. 4.19 was the expiry, $23 in premiums. HUT 8 again, 4.10 covered call, 5.3 expiry. We made $36 in premiums. 4.10, this was a rolled covered call out to 1/17/2025. We collected $491 times 3. So you guys can do the math on that. It's basically a little bit less than $1,500. And again, it costs us $60 to close the earlier covered call we had on CLSK to do this. So Riot 4.11, again, an expiry 4.19, $26 in premium. That was a covered call. HUT 8 covered call 4.15, expiry 5.17, $24 in premium, but it costs us $1 to close. Riot 4.15 covered call, 5.17 was the expiry, $31 in premium, but it cost us $4 to close. HUT 8 4.16 covered call, expiry 7/19/2024, $50 in premium, but it cost us $7 to close early. So we basically collected most of the premium, but not all of it. This is a very common strategy in options, believe it or not. If you're basically like 80-90% in profit on the option, it makes sense to close it early. You guys can go check that out for yourself. But HUT 8 covered call, 4.19, 5.3 expiry, $14 in premium, but it costs us $1 to close early. Riot 419 covered call, 117 2025, $104 in options premium. SoFi 425 covered call, 5-3 expiry, $18 in premium, but it costs us $1 to close early. 426 cash secured put, 5-3 expiry, $24 in premium. SoFi covered call 429 expiry 5-3, $16 in premium. SoFi 429 cash secured put 5-3, $28 in premium. Mara cash secured put, which is still in the works, 5-3 expiry, $26 in premium. CleanSpark, so we bought back one of the CleanSpark contracts from out to 2025, and we went ahead and did another covered call on it. So that's the reason why we're only counting 2 of the 491 times 3s on the CleanSpark, because it basically cost us the amount of money that we would have had to, we would have collected in premiums. It cost us that to basically cover the contract. So 4/30 2024 on CleanSpark was the entry, 5/10 2024, $15 in premium. And that pretty much covers all of the different options trades for this month. So those numbers come out to $1,596. Now, in terms of profits, so we have crypto. This is native crypto, $135.81 on scale, $359.74 on AIOZ, 4,000. Let me see if I'm actually reading this right. So $4,580.21 on BCHG. And let's see here, $37.01 on Coney. So you guys can see those amounts here, basically right here. And if we total those amounts all together between passive income and profits, you guys will see that the total that we made for this month was $8,370.75. And keep in mind, this is completely separate from YouTube ad revenue and also our full-time income, so we do not include that in this number. Anyways, this is our monthly overview of portfolios, buy, sells, and dividends for the month. Hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.